Good morning, good night, good afternoon, whatever part of the world you're on today. This episode of As the Tarot Turns is brought to you on purpose with purpose. I am your host, Nacho Mama. Some people call me Crystal, some people call me Criddle, like Riddle with a C. Either way, Nacho Mama is a personality, not a person. Today I'm reading for the collective of Sagittarius, the Sagittarius collective. See what sort of messages Spirit has for Sagittarius. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you so feel inclined. I'm over halfway to a community tab, and I'm super excited about it. Thank you guys. Couldn't have got here without you. So to all of you that have subscribed, thank you so much. Thank you so, so much. And for all of you that are about to subscribe, thank you so much. It's truly an honor to be here. I appreciate you. So Sagittarius. Spirit, please use me as a conduit to express the best message for Sagittarius' growth today. Please and thank you. So mote it be. Amen. Sagittarius. Please use me as a conduit to express the best message for Sagittarius' growth today. Please and thank you. So mote it be. Amen. Six of Wands in reverse with the Ace of Wands with Temperance. With the Seven of Wands. So I feel like some of you have just gone through some sort of major fight. Some sort of major fight. And you are dealing with that devil energy, right? Trying to find your balance, the Three of Swords. I feel like some of you got into a major fight, like some sort of major, like maybe the cops even got called, some sort of major domestic dispute, right? And it kind of opened your eyes to not only how vile we can be, but also how vile someone else is, or how unhealthy this relationship is, or this dynamic is. And you just want to put your feelings back in balance. But it feels like you are really, like, either they're haunted by the memory of whatever fight just happened, whatever, maybe fighting just keeps happening. The problem with fighting with people is we always start off where the last fight ended. So if the last fight ended super dramatic and totally painful, and you know, maybe some cops were called, maybe some words were exchanged that aren't the prettiest, neither from you nor this other person. The problem with that is that we always end up starting off where we left off. And it's like, I feel like there's a lot of wishing that something wasn't done that way, that something was never said that way, that something didn't happen that way, you know. But no matter how much you try to beg and plead, it's already happened. It's already too late. It's already been done, been there, done that, right? We have to be really careful with the people that we love when we fight with them, because it always ends up starting off the exact same way that it ended the last time. Like, however bad the worst fight that you've ever had with somebody, the worst that it was, is how the next fight always ends up starting. Somebody wanting to sneak off in the middle of the night, just get out of there, take off. What else can we tell Sagittarius? I really feel like there's this sense of haunted by whatever happened. You're just haunted by the images, the words, or this person is haunted by it. Yeah, somebody wants to walk away. Somebody is either wanting to walk away or already has walked away, you know. But you are really, someone is really haunted by the images of what happened, haunted by the words of what happened, like real up in their head, haunted. And no matter what they do, it's like they can't escape that situation. They can't escape the memories, the feeling, the words that were exchanged, you know? And if cops got involved, now there's some sort of like police case where there's an automatic restraining order, and you know, you have to go to court, you have to deal with all this shit, and it just builds up more animosity for the whole situation in general. Because even if the person doesn't put a restraining order on you, the state automatically does. So it might not even be a person putting the restraining order against the two of you seeing each other, but the state will automatically do that in any sort of domestic dispute. If there's an act of violence there. I mean, crimes of passion are like the worst ones, man. Yeah, there's been a tower moment. Somebody is definitely either walking away or being put away, and they are really haunted. Like both of you feels like both of you are really haunted by whatever sort of words were exchanged, whatever sort of actions happened during this argument, during this fight here. But there's no way that you could take back the past, man. The past has already happened. The words were already exchanged. The damage has already been done. And the only true form of apology is changed behavior. People can say whatever they want, but you have the Ten of Cups in reverse. Yeah, this feels really painful, Sagittarius. Some sort of major fight. Maybe just a multitude of fights that led into this major fight. You know, and now you have that internal dialogue like nonstop in your head. Like no matter what happens like throughout the day, you're in your own little world doing your own thing, you know, and you're constantly reminded of whatever happened. You're constantly reminded of this person, you know, or they're constantly reminded of whatever they did to you. I think somebody acted really recklessly. There's a very non-healthy dynamic to whatever this situation is, whatever this fight was. It got out of control. And man, them crimes of passion, dude, like, I know that I've seen the ugliest person that I could possibly be in dynamics that I never, like, I'll never want to be that person again, right? I never want to be that person. I never want to let anybody bring me to the point where I feel like I need to be that person. A lot of you guys are just trying to figure out your emotions right now. You got the Strength, the Ten of Wands. Like you are really burdened by whatever happened. Whatever this fight was, whatever this situation was. It feels really recent, though. Feels like some sort of recent out of control exchange of energy for sure. And if the cops got involved, man, if somebody ended up calling the cops or the cops ended up showing up, whew, that's a whole other ball game of bullshit. And you feel incomplete business. Like you don't feel like it was resolved at all. You might go around like acting like it's okay. You know, maybe you and this person got into a big old fight one day and then the next day you're all super peachy keen, you know, but in the background you know that you know what just happened. You can't just sweep it under the rug and act like it didn't happen, because it happened. Yeah, and we have Judgment here. The law might really be involved. The law really might be involved in this situation. And it's hard to get out of that once you're in that shit. You know, because then the person has to go, somebody goes to jail, somebody ends up having to take anger classes, it's all on their record. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be really, really careful in a domestic dispute. Like, somebody could throw a lighter in your direction and they can consider it assault, right? They don't take that shit very lightly. I don't know what state you're from, but in this state, they definitely don't take that shit very lightly. Oop, that one wanted to pop. You have somebody that's going to apologize. They're apologizing. Somebody's apologizing. You know, and they might really mean it in the moment. But the problem is that without changed behavior, it just goes right back to where it was. Once the damage has been done, it's so important to make sure that you are in control of your emotions, especially while you're angry. Because, man, we can turn into spitfire fucking sons of bitches, right? Doesn't matter if you're a perfect angel, you know, every other time. But when someone pushes you to the point, or they get pushed to a point where they just have no control over their emotions, man, people get vile. That's why being in control of your own emotions is one of the most important tools you will ever, ever own, ever. Because a lot of us say, oh, well, they made me do it. They pushed me to be like that. Like, in all reality, we allowed ourselves. We allowed that situation to happen the way it happened. But I really feel like there is the law involved. There is some sort of major fight that happened. It might have been an accumulation, you know, a continuation. Because like I said, it always starts off at the worst place at last. The worst spot, it ended up in the last one. And now you're haunted. This person's haunted, or you're haunted by the words exchanged, by the actions that happened, by, you know, just going around in your daily life trying to pretend that nothing happened, but in the background, it's still playing in your mind. You know, and you or this person might be truly sorry. But how do you take back what's already been done? You can't. Had to get a drink of coffee there. You can't take back what's already been done. What else can we tell Sagittarius? Yeah. It's not going into any calmer waters right now, whatever this situation is. Looks like you were in some rough water, man, some rough territory. The good thing about the 9, though, is that it's almost at the 10, which is completion. So some of y'all are going to have to make a choice. You're going to have to choose what it is that you're going to do from this situation, you know, from this point on. Like, it can't keep happening this way because it's just going to get worse and worse. You know, a lot of people say that, oh, I'll change or I'll get better. But and I'm not saying that people can't change, you know. I'm just saying that it's really hard to forget and forgive some actions that either you've done or they've done. You know, it'll be in the back of your mind and in that replay. That's why starting out in healthy relationships with people is so freaking important. You know, finding that balance within yourself is so important, so you can actually have conversations about what's bothering you rather than throwing stones at each other, you know? Because once somebody starts getting into just attacking you, they're not trying to work out whatever the problem actually was in the first place. You know, if you're just nitpicking at each other, you know, like, oh, God, can you please not do it that way? Or can you do it this way? Or everything you do is wrong, or this, you know what I mean? That really, like, negative dialogue that happens between couples sometimes, man. It usually starts because someone either wasn't listening or someone wasn't speaking their truth. And it's not usually the message that's the problem. It's the delivery, right? That's why starting on healthy foundations with emotional control, with emotional intelligence, with firm understanding of your boundaries, you know, and being able to communicate them. A lot of fights happen not because of the message, it's because of our delivery, you know? But once it's been done, it's been done. Once the words have escaped the mouth, they never get put back in, you know? And people will ruminate in those words. They sit there and, like, you know, bones heal, black eyes heal, you know, the body heals, but the mind can hold on to something for years and years and years and years. So it's going to take a lot of work to be back in natural flow without this turning back into a disaster, right? It's going to take a lot of work, a lot of inner work, a lot of understanding of how the situation got that bad in the first place. It takes two to tango, so it's not just one person usually. But it's not, oh, well, I made him hit me either. Like, that's some bullshit, all right? But whatever this is, I feel like the police are involved. Yeah. I feel like the police are involved. Other people know your business. There will be an apology. I mean, a sincere apology. But without backed up action, man, words don't mean shit. Indecisive. So there's some indecision about what you're, like, you just feel really confused, not sure where to go or what to do about the situation. Oh, you're confused about whether to end it or not end it, huh? But it's definitely causing a lot of anguish and a lot of strife. Not just for you, for this other person too. This other person is haunted by what happened just as much as you are. Or they will be. Yep, more uncertainty. More fighting, hostility. So this one's going to take a minute, Sagittarius. This one's going to take a minute. Because whatever happened, like, I feel was major. Some sort of major happening here. Major loss of control. Major vomiting of the mouth. Just some sort of major outburst. All right? Spirit, what can Sagittarius do? I just keep saying there's like miserable hostility. What is it that Sagittarius can do? Drinking from empty cups. You're going to have to decide if you want to keep doing this or not, Sagittarius. You're going to have to make a decision here. There's definitely a decision that's going to have to be made. Kitty, stop it. And it's going to take some strength, man. It's going to take some strength. Some personal strength, some inner strength, some emotional strength. You know, not only are you going to have to look at the person, you have to, like, you can't really change anybody else. All you can do is do it the best for you, for what you can do, you know? Like, if you get into a fight and all of a sudden you just start vomiting all this mouth, from the mouth, you know what I mean? And then everything escalates. Like, just try to stick to the actual problem, whatever's actually bothering you, whatever the actual problem is in the relationship, whatever the problem is that you have. Like, try to stick to the problem. Don't be attacking everyone's or each other's character. You know, don't be saying all kinds of rude things just to attack somebody, to actually purposely hurt them. You know, because once those words are out, man, they don't go back in. They don't go back in. So I think that it's going to take a lot of inner realization, a lot of inner strength, a lot of inner work, if you want this dynamic to work out in the end. Because right now it's just showing nothing but hostility and anguish and miserable. And like, there's all kinds of like fighting cards in here. So maybe y'all need a break, man. Just take a break. If you start getting overly agitated with somebody, walk. Just take a walk. You know? Tell them, no disrespect, but I need to cool my emotions right now. I know there's a lot of times, well, he won't let me walk away, or she won't let me walk away. We need to learn how to respect people's boundaries on both sides. Like, no, if your person tells you like, no, I need to take a walk right now, like, let them. That doesn't mean they're going to go out and go do some dumb shit. They're trying not to do dumb shit. All right? Or you're trying not to do dumb shit. But whatever you do, try your best to not go to bed angry with a person, right? Because in the next day, you'll still wake up with those same things running through your head, angry. I love you guys. I wish you the best through whatever this hardship is that you're going through here. Because it looks pretty brutal, man. There's a lot of brutal cards here, a lot of brutal words, brutal actions. And I feel like it's on both sides, not just one side. Like, you know, like, I feel like whatever this last one was pretty tick for tat type of deal. We're just purposely trying to hurt each other. And that's not like how love is, man. I understand that love is hard sometimes. But it's usually hard because we're not listening or we're not speaking, right? And then we go and say a bunch of fucked up dumb shit to try to hurt somebody. Don't forget in the middle of the heated argument that you love a person, that you're with them because you love them, you know? Or figure out if it's really love or not. Do you really love this person? Does this person really love you? Feels like there's a lot of inner reflection that needs to go on here. I love you guys. Vroom, beep, beep.